Today I've got minor tune-ups to do to a VFC MP5 AEG. People keep asking for that gun to be videoed. I've done a couple now, so yeah, I'm going to do one. But I've been sent a link whereby apparently the SEMA Platinum and its MOSFET can no longer be recommended because 45 seconds to a minute of continuous semi-auto melts the MOSFET. So I'd like to see if that's the case, because apparently if Negative had done his testing, he'd know this. Well, I'm more than happy to find out. Let's try and see what happens. Okay. Yeah, the wires are warmish. They're not. They're fine. I have never opened this gearbox up. Not once. Not ever. Nothing wrong. Maybe the comments are going to be, well, I was doing it faster. So you sat there going, "Ah!" as fast as you possibly could. That was stupid. Wouldn't have done that. Obviously, you know, I make the comments that I make because it makes you guys laugh and I feel like a big clever man and all these things. The reason you watch this channel is because it's amusing. It's just something fun for you to watch, and hopefully you'll learn something that no one else is going to tell you. That's why you watch it, and I like to make sure that I explain things in a way that everyone can understand. This channel isn't here for the elitists. This channel is here for the everyman, and that is That's why I do this. However, I wanted to make sure that what I was saying, when I said, these are fucking great, you should buy one of these, I wanted to make sure I was right. And so when I saw that pop up, you know, someone linked me to that Reddit thread, and obviously Reddit being, well, it's the shithole of the fucking internet, isn't it? It is literally one of those websites you just shouldn't fucking go to, because it is just full of cunts. But if this guy's had issues and he's trying to help other people, then everyone should pay attention to what he said. They really should. If he's trying to help someone, you should listen. If someone's trying to help you, you should listen. And dude, I don't know who you are, but I'm really sorry that you've had issues with yours. However, I've just tripled your test. Mine's fine. It could be because you're using level 1. I don't know. I don't know, but I am so happy with this gun on the 7.4 that I wouldn't use a level 1 in it. But I could. This is going to double tap like a motherfucker because it's a big battery. Yeah? So I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it on that battery. I could guarantee I'd fucking fry that fucking MOSFET. I'd fry it to shit if I did 45 seconds of nah with this battery. Of course I would. You could fry a Titan the same way. You know, if you're not clever about it, it's a cheap gun at the end of the day. But I'm more than happy with this gun. More than happy with it. So as for the job that I was supposed to be doing, I finally found the fucking owner of this one. This is a bog standard VFC MP5 AEG out the box. I wish it was the stamped steel version because it's so good looking. You know, they've got the texture of the plastic on the stock correct, but they haven't got the texture and colour of the plastic here correct, which is a shame. For a real, you know, oh no, it's just, the stamped version is just a lot cooler looking. However, this isn't bad. This is not a bad looking MP5 at all. So how does a standard VFC MP5 sound? I've yet to fire this, to be honest, so it might sound better than the last two I had on the bench, but it's unlikely. No. Ugh, nasty. Hello, Luke speaking. Hello, Luke speaking.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Lily Barker and I'm calling from Accord Pro Services. I've got this information about the accident in which you were innocent. Is that right?
Yes, I was innocent.
Please hold for a moment.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay now.
Do you have any car accident? Someone hit your car, is that correct?
It wasn't my car. I shouldn't really have been in the car in the first place.
Sorry?
It wasn't my car. It was a car that was stolen. And that's how you fucking deal with that. Now the idea with this gun was going to be that he wanted to rewire it to the front. He wanted to have a Warfet or something in there to really speed up the trigger response. He wanted to drop the power down from to around the 340 mark. It's doing around 360 right now. And that's basically what he wanted to do. Now I've been looking at it and I'm not happy about having to reroute the wires to the front because every other AEG, you know, there's little clips here. These little clips sit on there like that and your handguard goes on. With this, it's real steel size. And that rests on that. So you've got even less room. There's even less room. So if he wants to do this, you know, he's better off keeping everything in the back. So surprise, surprise, this VFC shit itself. Even I'm actually shocked this one shit itself, because I've not had one of these shit themselves before. That's what you expect a cut-off lever to look right. There it is, that's what they look like. The cut-off lever inside these is very different, because it's got attached all the ratchets and all the fucking things and bits and bobs. That is the only thing controlling the cut-off. That. It's sticking out at an angle through the gearbox casing. That's so small it'll be gone forever. And that piece of shit is all that controls the cut-off lever. So now the gun only fires in full auto. Now what was mattering to the customer is that he wanted to have a Warfare and all this stuff, and I said, oh, I really wouldn't, mate, it won't like it. I didn't even get that far. I didn't even get that far before that died. So I'm going to take all the shit out of this gun, all the shit out, and leave it blank, bare bones. Then I'm going to wire it for a Warfare so he can have safe and he can have burst. And that's how we're going to run it, safe and burst. We had a lot of decision making to do with this. Now, this is not a cheap MP5. I've got to say, of all the MP5s on the market, it's the last that I'd buy, because it sounds like shit, right? So, we had a decision. Were we going to replace this fucking broken piece of crap that is a cut-off lever, or were we going to try and do something else around it? Now, initially the customer said, no, fuck it, just put it back together, I'll pay for your time, just don't worry about it. This was apparently the first sort of proper expensive gun that he bought himself. That he saved up, that's the one he wanted, he did the research, everyone said it was great. Now this is like the third one I've worked on recently, and they all do sound like shit. They do sound so shit. Now, it's never going to fire apart from full auto. Full auto is the only way it's going to work without the fucking cut-off lever. And you can't remove the other bits and fucking doodahs and who's-its that are attached to it. You can't fucking remove it, because then the trigger mechanism doesn't work. It's got like a ratchet that pushes a sliding fucking trolley and a sideways switch. It's fucking mental. So I said, you know, what we could do, and I said, now there are reports on the internet, people have told me if you dial down your Warfet all the way in burst mode, you can make it semi-auto only. And I have yet to experience that. Never have I found a Warfare in the fucking 40 or so, 50 or so that I've fitted where I've been able to dial it back to semi-auto. I've never been able to do it until now. I fitted the Warfare for him to see what I could do, and right now it's on burst fire. That is with a high torque motor, and that is the quietest this gearbox has ever sounded. Alright, but it is on burst fire. Now, he was adamant with me. The one thing he cared the most about with this gun was the burst fire. That was the one feature of this gun that made him buy it over every other kind of MP5, and that is the burst feature. Now, because it's no longer mechanical, it's less that can go wrong, it's less that can break, right? So if I turn that all the way down, because he plays at, say, Anzio, they don't mind him using burst fire. Now, his normal indoor CQB place, that is semi-auto only. He needs to have that choice. And considering the amount of Warfets that I've ever fitted, I have never been able to dial it down so low on burst fire that I can make it be permanently semi-auto. The best I ever got was like semi-semi double tap, semi-semi-semi double tap, semi-semi double tap, semi-semi-semi double tap. It's the best I ever did, I think. As you can see, it's not progressing backwards as we go through the motions. So that's reliable semi. Now we can leave it there. I contacted him and said, right, we can leave it there. You know, he initially wanted the Warfare. He wanted the high torque motor. He wanted a better trigger response. He wanted the reliability to be right up there. Well, I think this is now the most reliable it's ever going to fucking be, because we've deduced that that fucking cut-off lever is bollocks. So he's actually getting what he wanted. If he's playing a semi-auto only sight, he's got his safe and he's got his semi. And if he does want to modify it, so he wants to play it on burst fire, he can have it on safe, and then it will be set to whichever burst fire he wants. Double tap, 10 shot, whatever. Full auto only. It can be done using this. And obviously this is not a regular fucking V2 gearbox. This is a VFC thing. So, yeah, okay. I think this is the most reliable this is ever going to be. So this has turned from a fucking disaster into possibly a blessing in disguise. Now I've said to him, I don't want to charge a lot for this. I'm charging you my MOSFET fitting fee. We're going to charge for the new motor. We're going to charge for the MOSFET. That's it. That's it. Or, if you fancy it, what we could do, we could try it with a set of 12-to-1 gears. Because this is still rocking about 360. And he needs to be 340 max, is what he wants. I tried a smaller spring, and he put it down to 253. So, technically, if I knock a tooth off of there, but if I change the gears over, will it then fail to be semi-auto only? That is the toss-up. Keep it like this so it can be semi-auto only, and accept the fact that this is how it sounds. The most mechanical and windy gearbox on the planet, you know, that makes Crytek sound like fucking Genova on the toilet, you know? It's just, it's so nasty and fucking whingy. So, it's either leave it like this, or push forward, try and get some 12-to-1s in there, and try and speed it up and quieten it down. So I'm starting a 1 hour timer. In the next hour, I want to have a new set of gears in there, so I can charge them for a single hour of labour time and the set of gears. And I'm probably going to knock a couple of teeth off it as well, because honestly, an 11-1 battery is running this motherfucker, and that's the high torque motor. It's not great, is it? So, there is a chance this will work. Let's find out. So we've come to the end of this video. I didn't film any of the work that I did when I decided to change the gears out. All I did was put in a set of gears that were sent back to me by a customer who had them replaced. So thank you, Mark, because you've helped with, you know, somebody get a decent set of gears for cheap inside their gun. So thank you, Mark. You know, this guy's now getting a free set of gears. Appreciated. Although the gears were not ideal for somebody else's gun, in this gun, I was willing to test it because honestly, I'd written this off the fucking morning. I'd written this off. There was no way this was gonna fucking work. There was no way this was gonna work. I had absolutely no expectations of this, which is why I opted to do it at fucking 9 o'clock at night, because I was like, I'm gonna put an hour of time into this, but I don't think this is gonna have any fucking benefits whatsoever. And I think you can tell by now that it fucking worked. So, here's what I've learned. The cut-off lever in this is wank. This is the third one of these I've worked on where it sounds nasty. But this one did sound more nasty than the other two. So, odd. Inside this gun, I found underneath the gear, I found the number 5 written in pen. I don't know why that's there. No idea. For all I know, it's there because of Cicada 3301. I've got no idea why it's there. Maybe I've just fucking signed up to the CIA, who knows. But I have noticed inside it that the fucking sector gear was so high up, really high up, to accommodate how ridiculously deep the cut-off lever has to sit inside here. Now if you imagine you've got sprung gears that have to be seated way too high for the gearbox to access a cut-off lever that is made of the cheapest fucking cast fucking steel, that's always going to break. That's so shit. That's a really crap design. I don't trust VFC gears, I really don't, so I'm happy I tried these 12-to-1 gears. They're SHS, I think they are. I'm glad I tried it because it worked. Now, like I've said, never once in my life, I've seen the reports, people have told me in my YouTube comments, you can set a Warfet down all the way on burst fire and it makes it semi-auto only. And I have never, ever, 40, 50 of these things I fitted, never has it worked. There's always been something there that means that I cannot say this gun is semi-only, I cannot do it. It's still got that whine, hasn't it? It's got that noise to it. But it's, oh god, it's a quarter of how noisy it was before. And that's not on a fucking 12 volt fucking Nimmy. And it's not on the 11.1. That's on a 7.4. So now I'm thinking, well, this is all going way too well. Way too well. You know, if you also use a bigger battery in this, because now we can up the burst time. You can have his burst time, you can have his semi-automatic. Now, at no point does a fucking tech think to themselves, well, that's a good idea, when you think, oh, our fucking part's broken, you know, and we could try putting a Warfet in there, which means you've got to flip between the two. So the fact that we do have safe, and then yeah, that already, that's a success story. I didn't think that'd work. It's a fuck around, you know? And there was a risk in doing it. There was a big fucking risk in doing that. You know, what if it didn't work? I can't then sell that Warfet. I'm out a day's wages. I spent loads of time and the guy's got a fucked gun. So, there's a fucking risk involved in that. Worked. And when you know, change the burst time, you can increase it. You can have your 3-round burst. You can have it on basically full auto. You know? But then you're stuck with the, well, you know, he wanted to use 11.1 in this, you know? He wanted to use 11.1. Okay, so he's getting a better trigger response and a better sounding gearbox from a fucking 7.4 than he ever got. He could have plugged this into a fucking something funny, a witty comment. He could have plugged it into one of them. He would have still got a shit response and a noisy gearbox. He's getting it from this. He should be happy, but your brain's going fucking no. We've got to make sure it works on 11.1. 12 volt. You could have fucking knocked me down with a feather. I still maintain that this is the absolute worst design of MP5 AEG that you can get. The fact they built that entire fucking internal mechanism out of just that, it's so over elaborate and complex, and you've got to shim it in the worst way possible, separating your fucking gears to bang on a fucking cut-off lever the size of a fucking EDL supporter's dick. It's fucking pathetic. I never thought for a second that would work. Not for a fucking second. This could be a long video because it's a success story. I'm fucking trying to moan. I'm trying to sound as angry as I can. I'm fucking happy. I'm so happy it's panned out like this. This is fucking amazing. I'm so fucking happy. It's epic. Fucking brilliant. Unbelievably good. So, steel gears, high speed set, one tooth knocked off, original spring, full steel rack, all 15 teeth, just to make sure it is grabbing and biting and make sure everything's happy. Yeah. I would never buy one of these, and I absolutely cannot recommend one of these. Every other version of the MP5 AEG is better than this one. Don't buy one. Don't buy one. Don't buy one. Doesn't matter if it says VFC on the box. Doesn't matter if it says fucking Umarex. Doesn't matter if it says a fucking Elite Force. Don't buy one. Because it's terrible. Alright? It's terrible. This is... Please understand. You could spend any amount of money you want. Don't buy this gun. It's shit. This guy already owns it, and I'm really glad I got some fucking sort him out. I'm really pleased with that. So, yeah, I'm happy. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. I cannot let it go. So, I sat and I watched the fucking video. I never watch other people's fucking YouTube videos. There are only a few people that I fucking follow and am subscribed to on fucking YouTube. and I'm honestly not subscribed to any Airsoft channels whatsoever, because honestly it's such a load of shit. However, the fact that someone sent me the how to burn out the fucking MOSFETs in the SEMA burn out, I was at work and I just put the fucking video on, listened to it, and honestly I don't know why I spent any time fucking making a video on it. I don't know why. In a week he's got 27 views, and like 2 of those are people I've gone, look at this shit to, look at this fucking nonsense. Alright, so his MOSFETs did indeed burn out, they did, and I'll explain why. He's taken a fucking great big 11.1 LiPo with one of those big yellow connectors that I can't remember the names of, and he's wired it in. He's got he's comparing it to he's comparing it to the fucking speed in which his Speedsoft fucking America gun is fucking firing at, and what he can do with that versus what he can do with a fucking 200-pound SEMA. Alright? He plugs in this giant battery, and honestly, as fast as he can fucking pull that trigger for as long as possible, and he's like, oh, the gun's getting hot. I bet it fucking is, mate. I'm pretty sure it's getting hot. The only way I can describe this situation is if, literally, if you were to go, I went out and I got my new car. My mom, since her and my dad split up, they got me a new car. It's not as good as my Porsche, but it's good. I bought a white sedan, and what I did to test the quality of the car is I put it into drive, and I put it straight into 5th gear. And then I put the handbrake on a little bit, and then I like stomped up and down on the accelerator as much as I could for like 15 minutes. Like, why on fucking earth would you go, huh, I've got a $200 fucking gun. Somebody said this is really good. I bet I could break it. Because that's what's happened. That's what he's fucking done. He's taken it and he's deliberately broken it. Like, can you think of any other gun you'd plug in a fucking battery to, like 11 fucking 1 LiPo, and you plug it in and you literally spank it fucking relentlessly, you know? You rub it harder than your mother rubs her clit, you know, when she's trying to get a desperation one out before the kids get home from fucking school. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, why on earth would you do that? What gives you the idea that that was smart? If there was a video that was 30 minutes fucking long, and it is a guy stood in the park wearing leather pants, you know, and he's got no teeth yet he's still trying to eat a fucking concrete block, I don't need to see the whole fucking video to know the guy's a fucking idiot. And what he's doing probably isn't a fucking smart move, you know? So, yeah, I couldn't leave it alone. Why on earth would you fucking do that?